my calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
They're here.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
It's showtime.
Right, welcome everybody to another episode of the VHS Strikes Back. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host and very good friend is Dave.
Hi there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to the VHS Strikes Back, the show where we dust off the old video player and go on a nostalgic journey to look at the good and the bad movies of yesteryear. Now, Chris, what are we going to review this week?
Well, Dave, it's a Patreon pick. It's our good friend, Mr. Matt Bates, and he's picking a movie, Dave. It's a German experimental thriller film from 1998, and it stars, let me see, I've even said why is it stars, because I'm not going to pronounce these German names. Franka Potente, Moritz Bleuter. Anyway, this one is Run Lola Run. So, Dave, had you seen this cover or heard about it or anywhere in between?
So I saw the trailer at the time. I mean, I can't remember which video it would have been on, but I mean, it came out in 98, so maybe early 99, possibly. Thing is, I was still in a relationship there where I was getting told off for watching Baywatch, where I accidentally let it slip there. So there was no way I was going to get away with watching a movie where a rather attractive young lady is running along in a crop top constantly. So I wouldn't have been allowed to watch it, is the honest truth. But also, I remember thinking from the trailer, what the fuck's that about then? Like, it seemed to me over stylized, and I need some kind of story to latch onto. I need something, you know. So there was just nothing for me. But it does seem to be one of those. It's just iconic, isn't it? The way she looks with the bright red hair and everything, and nice short, snappy title. I was saying about our late fees, you know, The Place Beyond the Pines. It's not a title that sits in my brain at all. It's there's something forgettable about it. Whereas Run Lola Run, just a nice, snappy, short title that sticks in your head. So, yeah, I was intrigued to watch this. And you can't do the old multitasking with the subtitles as well, can you? So that's a thing that makes you concentrate on the film. It makes you concentrate on it a bit more. But how about yourself, Chris?
Yeah, you know what, Dave? I'm trying to think, because I remember the red hair. You know, the character, I do, but then I'm thinking, is it because of I'm going to get this wrong here. Is it 12 Monkeys or something like that? Where it's something we've done, haven't there, where there's a girl with the same style haircut, basically. And I can't work. No, it's not 12 Monkeys. Maybe it's not. It's the Bruce Willis one, where he's got the blonde hair. Oh, what's the film? It's not 12 Monkeys, is it? You know, have we covered that? The future.
We haven't done 12 Monkeys, actually. Fucking great film.
Yeah.
But that's another Usual Suspects one for me. I've watched it, and then it really played on my mind with how it finished. Never gone back to watch it. So I'm pretty sure it's like you with Smokey and the Bandit. I'm pretty sure I bought it on VHS and I bought it on DVD, and it was just sat there in the fucking cupboard. So yeah, we definitely need to do that one.
Yeah, that's a proper old. Is it Terry Gilliam, that one as well? Monty Python. I think it might be. I could be wrong there, Dave. But I'm trying to find it. The Fifth Element, Bruce Willis. Was got the blonde hair.
Yeah.
And thingy. I mean, what's she called? Jovajic, whatever she's called. She's got the red hair. Maybe it's her. But it does ring a bell. Looking at the VHS cover now as we're talking, there is something familiar about it. And even the guy who's in it with the blonde, maybe it's because he's got like a Bruce Willis type hair, but it does feel as if I've seen or I've watched one of these Channel 4, you know, when you get these fucking dead legs and it's like the greatest 100 movies you've never heard of or something like that. And you get like these people that we've never heard of chatting going, one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. It's like you've never watched that in your life. Or the 100 greatest Christmas songs and all, you know, them sort of shows or whatever. And you get the talking heads thing. And I'm like, I've definitely come across it, and I don't know how, but I've never watched it. 100% never watched it, and I wasn't sure because you know me. I fucking hate movies with subtitles. But really, you don't really need to fucking watch the subtitles, really. I think what's on the screen tells the story, which is interesting considering there's a language barrier. But yeah, and just on a little side note, Dave, because it is a German movie and there is Germans in it, mainly Nazis. The new Indiana Jones game has just come out this week. Well, it comes out on Monday.
Yeah.
And it isn't out on PlayStation until March, but it's out on Xbox and PC and everything, and it has gone across the board 9s and 10s. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to be playing that next week, even though I don't like the movie. But the game is made by Machine Games, who do the Wolfenstein games, where you literally just go around killing Nazis in them games, which I've played over the last few months, never played him before. So it's a third-person game with first person, but apparently I watched a beat for beat sort of tech demo. I love like the technology, whether it's like what how it runs and what the in 4K and all that. And I was watching it, and it basically mirrors what's the first Indiana Jones with where the stone chases him, the iconic
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. It mirrors that at the start with Alfred Molina's character and everything. So honestly, it's been across. Nobody's expecting it, but everyone's like, "Wow, this is one of the games of the year." So just as a side note, because you've got the German, it's a bit of a leap, I know, but to anyone who's a gamer. Yeah,
we're doing a German film. Of course, we're going to talk about Nazis.
Nazis, yeah. It's 1944 all over again, Dave. We've gone to war. Yes.
Oh my god. So, I can't help but feel. Well, actually, two things. I saw it flashed up on as an advert, and I was like, "Oh, fucking hell! Like, why would you do that now?" You know, with the gaming and stuff, it's more around our generation and probably a bit older, I would have said, who are into Indiana Jones. I don't think, like my kids are not clamoring for Indiana Jones shit.
No.
So it was that. It was like, why now kind of thing. But also, I think they could have come up with a better title. I mean, I just see it and I'm like, what is it, The Golden Circle? Or,
Great Circle, something like that. Yeah.
Great Circle. Yeah, the Great Circle Jerk is what I was thinking. So, yeah, I don't know, but interested to see how it goes.
Well, you do know statistically now, Dave, that gaming, a lot of the demographic for gaming are in the 40s. So that's why a lot of the younger kids, for buying consoles and stuff like that, the younger kids don't have the consoles. The PS5's massive and the Xbox and the Switch and that, but actually purely now because you can stream everything, you can at Xbox, you can play it on the Fire Stick. You get Xbox Game Pass, you can play it on your Fire Stick with a control pad now. You don't need a console. On your telly, Samsung tellies have got Game Pass built in, so you can play all their games. You pay the subscription, like £12 a month, but then it's Netflix of every single Xbox game and different games as well that they've got licensed on there. So you don't actually need a console. You can play it on your phone, everything. So that's what the Xbox is trying to do now. Some of their games are coming on PlayStation as well, which has started trickling down. So eventually Xbox will still probably have a console, but they're a software company, aren't they? So they'll just be everywhere. That's the idea.
It's fucking Microsoft, isn't it? The fucking biggest company in the world.
Exactly,
so, yeah, that's interesting, that. And, I heard a phrase this last week, kiddles. Basically, kid adults. Yeah. So it makes up... Apparently, I'm not sure if this is the UK or globally, but sort of what you're saying with the gaming, but also with like action figures and toys and stuff like that. It's basically collectors are a big part of the market now. So rather than just buying the kids' toys, about 30% of the toys are bought up by adults.
Right, well, I'm sat here recording this in a Manchester United schnoodle, Dave, which probably is more for a kid. While I look in my room and I've got Gears of War figures and fucking computer game paraphernalia everywhere.
I've got like Predator and...
Yeah. I must admit, exactly. I must admit, like, I've got that sleeve, I've got the American sleeve on my left arm, and now I've got this fucking sort of superhero sleeve on my right, and I've got like, I've just had Wolverine done, and I've got the bat signal now, which filled in a spot around me. But I have the tribal there, which I've had for years, so we're working around it there. But there is points when I must admit, as a 46-year-old man now, we're out and about, and you'll see kids looking at my arm or whatever. I've got a T-shirt on, and I'm like, yeah, this means something to me. But then I'm like, I'll see someone with a fucking kid in a fucking Spider-Man shirt or something, and I'm thinking, have I got this wrong? What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Maybe I'm fucking, I'm acting like a fucking 5-year-old and having to get a tattoo of Superman or whatever. Like, I've got Batman, I've got Heath Ledger and the Joker and everything and fucking Venom. And I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? It sounds daft on it. To me, it means something. And you do see people our age or even like, maybe 10 years, and they've got these sort of tattoos, but now I've gone for it because it's the sort of thing I love, the superhero movies, the genre, but it does mean something. It's like I've got the good and the bad, so I've got the Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker, with Batman stuff behind him, like in the the Dark Knight, and then I've also got Spider-Man and Venom, but then I've got Superman on the inside of me, like me tricep, because it's like I hope the Superman's the good guy, and then I've got Wolverine there, and I want the whole. But it's like, yeah, sometimes I think that maybe I'm a kid or whatever they fucking call it, a kiddle, whatever it is.
Well, there you go. You've got a label. You definitely exhibit the behaviours. And fucking the amount of superheroes. And I was thinking, I need to maybe get one. And I thought, I got the fucking Wolverine, but I've got like the Hugh Jackman stylized, just all black. You've got the proper old school with the mask and everything, haven't you? It does look pretty cool, to be fair. To be fair, it should be the other way around because of the comic. You're the comic book guy, weren't you? Yeah. We did Comics in Motion. I should have the Hugh Jackman one. I've got Heath Ledger and stuff on my arm, and Christian Bale. So it really, it should be that. But I haven't got Dave. What we should have got? Hit Monkey.
You. Fuck you. No, I should have got Bane. Fucking yeah. I'm thinking that.
Of course.
Oh, the highlight of my career. But anyway, we've totally railed.
You're damn right you should.
You think that a simple thing is putting a coat over a boom boy. Anyway, right, move on, Dave. Because Matt sat there going, we're supposed to be talking about Run Lola Run.
Talk about the movie, you fucking wankers.
You better wankers. And Indiana Jones, fucking tattoos, kiddles. I mean, that sounds really bad. Like someone should be wiping the fucking hard drive on the computer. But anyway, fuck me. Right, anyway, Dave, shall we get to the trailer?
Greg Wallace. Let's go.
It's the women of a certain age. But anyway, carry on, Dave.
Manny, a bagman responsible for delivering 100,000 Deutschmarks, frantically calls his girlfriend Lola. Manny says that he was riding the U-Bahn to drop off the money and fled upon seeing ticket inspectors, before realising that he'd left the money bag behind. He saw a homeless man examining it as the train pulled away. Now, Chris, what do you reckon to the opening of this movie?
Oh, Dave, I must admit, I wish I'd read this synopsis before I watched it because it might have made me understand it. So this is a very bizarre movie. It does feel like a computer game in some respects, and it's got like there's a few movies, isn't there? But I felt it's got that Groundhog Day about it, hasn't it? So this scenario, which is like 20 minutes, the movie runs at 80 minutes, so we get 3 20-minute sort of segments, don't we? And it repeats itself, and it's all about that hindsight, I suppose, of if you'd done this, and it keeps resetting itself, and it feels like a computer game where you get stuck on a fucking end boss or something, doesn't it? You sort of you're running it back, and you're like, obviously years ago on the old systems when this would have been out, I think the PlayStation 1 would have just had memory cards, but you very rarely could go back to a save point. You would literally be like, I'm not playing that game ever again. You'd spend hours and get killed near the end or something like that.
So frustrating.
Fucking annoying as fucking. Whereas now they do they basically hold your hand in a lot of games. They tell you what's going on and everything. And this feels like a computer game. It feels like the reset button has been on. Again, Groundhog Day. It's not as prompt as Groundhog Day, where it's just one day dead quick at certain points in the movie, and then you have days where it's good. This is I think it's a really interesting movie, and I can understand Matt loves it. He's got this on DVD and everything. But for me, this isn't my sort of movie. And I there is a point where after this sort of second go around, I'm like, because the first time you see it, and you get these Benny Hill sort of carry-on characters where she's running, and there's about 8 people carrying glass. Now, someone who's worked repairing and lifting fucking dangerous glass for 20 years, Dave, I've got the scars for it. I'm watching it going, yeah, this looks like a fucking comedy. I've lifted glass as big as that, but usually 2 people, which is fucking heavy. But I'm watching it going, yeah, I'm not sure about this. And when the van sort of just misses it, the glass, and they stop, I'm like, fucking hell, that'll go. I know it's sugar glass, which is what they use in the movies, but I didn't know the first time round we were going to get it again, if it makes sense. Yeah. And then I could see what was going to happen then on each stage. So we get it 3 times over. Yeah, it's a very confusing movie. And obviously with the subtitles, I said it before, you don't really need the subtitles. I think once you've seen and followed them once, because I must be the ADHD in me, but I fucking hate subtitles. It pisses me off. I think it takes me away from the movies, and I just really struggle to watch what's going on. And yeah, it's not a great movie, I'll be honest. It's not a great movie, but the concept of it, I can completely understand. And it's at 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, Dave. So what the fuck do I know? You know what I mean? But for me, it just didn't click, this movie at all. And I was really struggling to follow the story at times.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone in completely blind like yourself. I didn't read anything about it. Like, say, I saw the trailer, but didn't really get the concept of it. And I think it's going to be impossible not to make the comparison with Sliding Doors, another one that we haven't covered yet, but we should do at some point. I'm pretty sure I remember the trailer explains it for you. Just this one event, the butterfly effect kind of thing, this one event, and then you follow 2 different lives in a parallel universe kind of way. But going into it, I had no idea that it was going to be this same kind of concept where these very small changes would have big repercussions, the way everything would play out. So when at the end of that first section, like you say, it's basically 3 reruns of the same sort of event played out in different ways 3 times. When she gets shot in the first one, I'm like, the fuck's this about? And I'm looking at the watch and like, what's the rest of the movie going to be then? And then when it just starts again, I'm like, oh. So I don't know if it would have helped going into it, knowing a little bit about it. But going in blind, I felt like it took me half the movie to figure out what was going on. And then I'm just in a confused state. So I don't know if it's one of those that maybe you get more enjoyment out of it the second time or the third time. If it's got high rewatchability, and then the more you watch it, the more you love it. But yeah, I was just a bit surprised. And you say about a game, I absolutely see that. But also I was thinking, is this based on a comic book? Like some German comic book I've never heard about? Because it kind of had, I think with the way she looks, it's so iconic. I just thought, I wonder if it's that. But no, there's no comic to it. It's just the way it's stylishly put together. And I think that's possibly why it's so popular internationally as well. Because like you say, they haven't dubbed it. They've gone with the subtitles. But you don't really have to read that much. It's a very, very simple concept, isn't it? Once you've wrapped your head around, okay, these very small changes will play out in mean not only for Lola herself, but like everyone's lives. So when she interacts, when she nearly bumps into people, and you see the pictures of how their lives have panned out and stuff, I think it looks fantastic. And I think that's one of the reasons. And it's high octane, isn't it? It does move along at a pace. And Manny, fuck me, I don't know why. I don't like him, and I think I know why it is. He looks like a young Steve McDonald from Coronation Street.
Fucking hell, Dave. That is a throwback for anyone outside the UK.
Well, the thing is, I never. I'm sure, was it last week or maybe it was on the late fees? It was discussing. I just don't. Oh, it'd have been on the reality cast, wouldn't it? I don't watch Coronation Street anymore, and I haven't done for best part of 30 years. So my memories of Steve McDonald are probably different from yours. But yeah, he just had that young Steve McDonald look. And of course, it's 98, isn't it? So he's got to have the old peroxide blonde hair. Pretty sure 98, that'd have been around the time you would have had it as well, maybe.
Yeah, it was. World Cup. I had it, World Cup 98.
Robbie Fowler, yeah. Oh, it's 96 was the Gaza. That was probably the start of it, though, wasn't it? Gaza.
It was. Eminem as well, around 98, 90. Because I had it for World Cup 98, just got with Sam. My mate had blonde hair, dyed his hair black, and carried on dyeing it for ages. So we all come home. But Sam had said to me, watching the pool, it'll go ginger. Nah, it won't. Yeah, I looked fucking ginger, Dave. Actually, because I'd spent 2 weeks. Yeah, honestly, this is God's honest truth. I spent 2 weeks in Benidorm, and I was proper training then and everything. But I spent 2 weeks in Benidorm eating Whopper meals, burger and chips, watching the World Cup, drinking. Sam walked right past me in my house, didn't know it was me. I'd put that much weight on in 2 weeks, Dave. Oh, I had a great time, you know what I mean? And I had ginger hair. As soon as I come home, I dyed it. That was a slippery slope then. But yeah, I did have that blonde hair, Dave, definitely for the World Cup. What a dick.
So yeah, but yeah, I think I struggle to really invest in the characters. Like I say, I don't know if it's the bias because I never liked Steve McDonald, so I don't really care for his plight, and you don't really find anything about Lola either. And when she gets that initial phone call, and she does the scream, and you know things are smashing around her and stuff. It's like, okay, I can't say I care if she succeeds or fails, and I don't know why that is. Like I say, that's not taken away from the fact that it looks fantastic. I think some of the shots, the way they're done, and they play around with the different styles, and I think the animation when she's running down the stairs, I think was just a practical thing. Because obviously she must have been fucking fit by the end of this movie, the amount of actual running she's doing.
Oh,
obviously,
100%.
When you're running down the stairs, it's a bit more dangerous, isn't it, than just running along the street? So I think the animation's sort of put in there as just a way, right, let's minimize any danger that, you know, she's going to injure herself and then we won't be able to shoot, because it was all shot over a fairly short amount of time. So yeah, it looks fantastic, but I didn't really invest in the characters, I have to say.
No, I'm the same, and I think as well, they're not Lola and Manny. They're not really good people, are they? So it's like, you know, he's trying to fucking go in with a gun, isn't he, to rob? And obviously, the first time round, she gets fucking killed, doesn't she? Really? So it's like she gets. Then we start again, because I'm like, well, she's the main star. What it's called, Run Lola Run. Lola's been shot by that copper. I'm like, what's going on here? And I didn't expect it to then start again. And the same thing goes again. So that's when like the glass gets exploded and all that. And this is where like Manny gets run over basically. Doesn't he? He comes out. She stops him from going in to rob the place. So he puts the gun away, walks over to her. And it was like Final Destination, wasn't it? He like walks in the middle of the road and I'm thinking, he's getting run over now. And he just went, ding, see you later. And he got took out then, didn't he, completely? But then it starts again. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I've got the fucking energy to fucking go through this again. You know what I mean? I know it sounds silly, but each time someone who's bad to Lola gets sort of corrects, but then things happen. The people who are good to her, they somewhat have it happens to them, or they become like aggressive, or they do something, or something goes wrong. It's a weird turn of events. And every time I'm with you, I'm trying to invest in it. I'm like, right, okay. And the music's just constant in it. It's fucking, thumping away, that music. And I'm like, right, come on, get with it. I mean, don't get me wrong, Dave. If allegedly people used to take whiz around 1998, Dave, I believe. So if you dropped the whiz and went nightclubing in Manchester, I don't know who that was, but if you did, then you would probably understand that, because you were fucking off your fucking tits, basically, because you had so much energy. I'd get that. It was like she dropped some whiz and had just fucking gone, looping, no coke, and just whiz, because it's like it's ephedrine, isn't it? So you proper get that adrenaline rush and stuff, and just you've got so much energy. But yeah, I'm with you. I think the thing is, the cinematography of it's good. The fact that it was shot on such a low budget, 1.75 million, it made 24 million pretty much in the box office, is really good. What a great return. And it is a cult classic. Like you say, the reviews, 93 Rotten Tomatoes, 7.7 on IMDb, which is good. That is good. And there is references, because some are saying like Lola's character is a bit like Lara Croft, and I don't really get that, to be honest. I'd probably say fucking more like... Well, probably, but I'd say more like fucking Zola Bud, I think, fucking runner, because it's Lara Croft. It's not. That's his fucking free
going on about my Steve McDonald references when you yank out a fucking reference of a fucking runner from the early 80s.
He wore no shoes. Yeah, Zola Bud.
That's why she was so
Mary
well
Decker,
known, wasn't she?
Do you remember that with Mary Decker when she fucking tripped her up running? And fucking
legendary
Zola Bud,
Olympics.
Never fucking.
Was it the Olympics?
Yeah, I think it was. Is it 84?
I remember
Olympics
it was athletics, but yeah. Oh,
fucking hell, that is a throwback.
Imagine that nowadays, though. Fucking hell, that would be on TV and social media and everything for much longer. But yeah, what a legendary moment. How the fuck do you run with no fucking shoes on?
I mean, it is a thing, isn't it? The running tracks are quite soft, aren't they? I suppose, but they usually wear spikes for grip, don't they? So I don't know, because she was 800 and 1500 meter runners, Zola Bud. I remember, because she was really good. I know, fucking ridiculous, isn't it? But anyway, completely rare. I mean, Matt again's going to be sat there going, "Fucking Zola Bud, Steve McDonald, what the fuck's going on?" What a fucking
It's
episode.
supposed to be the VHS Strikes Back, not the gramophone Strikes Back.
These people on this podcast older than us going, fuck me, fuck Zola Bud. Fucking, they're now on fucking Wikipedia, Google. But anyway, but there is, I was reading some of the trivia. There is like reference to Alfred Hitchcock's film Vertigo. There's, like I said, the Lara Croft. And honestly, you said it before, Sliding Doors from the same year, really. This is referenced now afterwards. Obviously, not when it come out, it was around about the same period, but for the same idea. But Sliding Doors, like you said, we've never done that, and that I remember it being a great film. It's Ewan McGregor in it, Sliding Doors. Is it John Sims as well? He plays Life on Mars. I can't remember.
No idea. I just remember Gwyneth Paltrow. That's literally it. But yeah, I don't know if it was a great movie. I just feel like it was a great concept. And that whole idea, like say for me, I prefer to think about parallel universes.
Yeah.
And so you get a decision and then you get multiple universes and it plays out in these different universes. So that's kind of how I interpret this particular movie.
Definitely, you know what, Dave? Fucking Sliding Doors hasn't got John Sims or fucking Ewan McGregor. That's a completely different movie. It's made by Peter Howitt, I'm sure he was Joey Thingy out of the Bosmans. He made it with Gwyneth Paltrow. What a great bit of trivia from Chris there again, Dave. Fucking throwing, fucking idiot.
When we first started the podcast, when you'd say things with confidence, I go, yeah. Like, even if I didn't know. Nowadays, I'm more cautious.
I'm just calling myself out now. Just making shit up as I go along. I know that is a film, but anyway.
However, just looking at Zola Bud's wiki page here, it was the 84 Olympics, the 3,000 meters.
Oh, 3,000, not even 15. I was wrong there. But yeah, I remember it. Mary Decker won it when she
Just take the win. It was 84.
How have I got that? I was only 6, but I love my athletics. When we used to watch it, you used to watch it on a Friday night, 8 till 9 on ITV, and then it swapped to Channel 4, 9 till 10 for the last hour. I used to love it. John Regis, Linford Christie.
Oh.
I love that. Sally Gunnell, Steve Buckley. Fucking brilliant.
Do you remember that joke where you'd say, like, what's this? And then you put your tongue in either side of the cheek. You put it in the left.
Whoa, hang on a minute. What cheek?
Right.
Oh, whose cheek? What, your cheek?
Oh, your own cheek.
Where this was going? Is this some sort of fucking scout initiation or something? I was wondering where you were going.
It's what my form tutor was teaching me. And, you know, I wouldn't do
biology.
You never do that joke where
No.
you push your cheek out like with your tongue from the inside, and it's like, what's this? And it's like Linford Christie running down 100 meters.
I'm doing it now as you said it. Yeah, I can get that. I get your reference now. My favourite runner ever runner is Michael Johnson. I fucking love Michael Johnson. Greatest 200, 400 metre runner for me. I fucking loved him. He's top Michael Johnson. I used to love the way he run. Dead weird knee thing. He was dead upright, wasn't he? What a runner.
Yeah,
I mean,
like straight back.
Oh, he was so good. Thingy beat him. Obviously, Usain Bolt beat his record, but he had that record for years. 1932 was his time. And never forget it. Honestly, one of my... Dave, you know me. I fucking run like I'm in fucking glue. But Michael Johnson was like my all-time fucking... Even though he was American, he was my all-time running hero. Remember Sergei Bubka as well, Dave? The old night athletes. Fucking, I'm throwing him in today, aren't I, Chris? Let's just put in fucking Steve Ovett and Steve Cram. Steve Cram made so many comebacks and always fucking got injured.
Back then, we had 3 and then it became 4 channels. There was fuck all on. So, you know, I used to watch a lot of the Olympics at these times. These were like our celebrities at the time. Because there was fuck all on, you know, when the Olympics was on and stuff. So there's no streaming services. There's no YouTube. Now, I can't imagine kids would do that. You know, they're not going to sit down and watch the fucking 3,000 meters, are they? And be shocked. Oh, fucking look at that. She tripped her up. You know, these legendary moments, they won't exist now. Although I say that, old fucking ray gun from the Olympics is still fucking crack up when I say, you know, you had that American footballer, didn't you? Scored a touchdown, and then he did the whole ray gun breakdancing thing. Yeah,
fucking brilliant. Honestly, I loved it. Olympic gold on the Mega Drive. I had that 92 Barcelona. That's my favourite computer games. That, but anyway, unbelievable, Dave. Unbelievable. There's nothing more humbling on Dave.
A tangent of, I mean, we are talking about someone running, so there is a brief, you know, connection there.
Yeah, I was worried about that cheek thing, what you were saying. But anyway, let me bring it back to the movie. But I was going to say, there's nothing more humbling than turning up at a running club and trying to do the triple jump, Dave, and literally couldn't even make the fucking sand. And you know how slow I am. That is one of the hardest fucking things. And my mates could do it, and I couldn't fucking do it at all. I was terrible.
There was that guy as well. What was his name? The guy who wouldn't compete on a Sunday because
Jonathan Edwards.
That was it. He's
still got the record. He's still got the triple jump record. It's about 25 years old now. He was amazing runner. Yeah, he was. He was dead religious, Jonathan, and he still does commentary. But yeah, no one's beat that record ever. I watched that live as well.
I mean, what a fucking ridiculous sport, though. I mean, the idea of doing that now, my knees would just give away completely if I just tried it. But I seem to remember the same thing. I don't think I could make the sand.
I couldn't make it. I couldn't. My 2 mates, one of them was dead gangly. And I'm the same height as him, but he was like 6'2" me, but he was like the long, gangly legs. And I always carried a bit of weight from being about 11 anyway, and I was slow. But then my other mate was rapid, and he could do it. Them 2 could do it. And but when I started going to the running club with them, because I used to do cross country, so I could do cross country, which I think I've mentioned on this show, and I nearly won the race and went the wrong fucking way in Longford Park near my house, around Trafford running track. What a dickhead. I was winning that as well and lost. Still pisses me off to this day, Dave. I probably would have got beat on the last 100 metres. I was slow, but I was winning the fucking cross country race. For some reason, I had the right lungs, I had the legs, everything. And as I'm running, because I'm not used to being at the front, the stadium was shut. They were renovating it. You could only run and do the last 100 metres. The rest of the track was being renovated. So it used to be in the stadium. You go once around the park and go back in the stadium and do 2 laps. And because I was winning, I went the wrong fucking way, didn't I? And ended up 6th. I was fucking fuming. I was fucking winning. I know, because you're leading everyone. I'm like, I don't know where the fuck. I'm not even, Dave, I am not used to winning in a running race. And I'm like, I don't know where to go. I went the wrong fucking way, didn't I? Knobhead. Still pisses me off. Now I was about 10 or 11. Oh,
yeah, I used to do that. I mean, I used to race on a Saturday for the school and stuff. But yeah, there were plenty of times where you take a wrong turn and stuff. And I guess now you've got many more stewards and stuff, but this is in the fucking 80s. No one gave a fuck. As long as you turned back and didn't get molested, it was a win.
But sometimes you went faster if some bloke was chasing you around the park, Dave. That's what got your stamina up.
Got the old Benny Hill music playing.
With his fucking Jimbo Fix-It fucking wig on and fucking
caretaker again. Run.
Yeah. Come here now, come on. Fucking, I'll be fucking legging it. Fucking faster than Linford Christie. Fucking brilliant. Unbelievable.
But anyway, this must be some sort of record for tangents. So back to the movie.
What movie? What is it again?
Yeah, I guess. I keep going back to the positive bit, the high octane bit, the fact that it's so stylized, the fact that it looks absolutely gorgeous. Like every single shot is done really well. I love the shot in particular when they're in the crossroads. And again, this idea of these fleeting moments having this big impact later on, the butterfly effect. So the idea that, a butterfly flaps its wings and then creates a hurricane somewhere else. Quite apt today, Chris, as we're sat here in this fucking storm in the UK. But, but I think when the third, I'm going to say third act or third, rerun starts, I just couldn't give a fucking flying fuck, Chris, because I'm like, well, everything's going to be okay. There was no stakes at all. It's like, okay, so the first couple of times, she died in the first one, he died in the second one. So the third one, she's like, it's all going to work out and it's going to be fine. I think, and obviously, like you said, what do I know? Loads of people clearly love this movie, and the Rotten Tomatoes score, IMDb scores are high and everything. But I'm like, there's nothing to be invested in. It's gonna be okay. Now, had they both fucking died or something at the end, had there been some kind of punch in the gut, and it's like, oh shit, I thought they were going to be okay, then it probably would have stuck with me, and I'd have liked the movie more. But the fact that, like I say, she dies, then he dies, then it's okay. It was so predictable. I just couldn't get invested in it.
No, and that's where I think I've got the issue. So one of our favorite movies ever, Back to the Future, with these timelines and obviously it's not a time traveling movie as such, but it's a starting point where in the movie you can change events. I'm with you because it just starts again like a computer game, a save point. It's like, and that's what you do. I mean, I remember I've only recently, the last couple of years, played the God of War games on PlayStation because I've always been an Xbox gamer, and I find story-driven games really difficult for me to sit down. But as I've sort of started taking the ADHD medication, Dave, I can sit. I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 these last few weeks on Steam Deck. I'm loving the slowness of it. Now, there's no way in a million years would I be able to play any sort of game where there's a story, a real pondering slow. I can't do it normally, but with this, I'm really getting into playing a lot of story games. So I remember playing God of War, and then I got God of War Ragnarok, which is a brilliant game, and I do want to replay it. And it's quite slow at times, but you start again, and some of the fucking people you fight, it's literally like you like if you do any, like you do your kickboxing or you do any sort of martial arts, sport, football, whatever it is, anything you do where you've got to keep the repetition of doing it is right. Well, you know that's going to do that, and if you find a way, like I know with computer games, there's only so many combat styles a game will have. So most of the time is. Years ago, when we played games as kids, it'd be like, this button's block. Yeah, so fucking what? I'm never using block. Street
I'm
Fighter.
Going to park
block.
that unused button.
Yeah, I'm never going to use the block button. Street Fighter is one of the worst for, pressing down on the D-pad or back on the D-pad with the block button, but you do need it. But I would very rarely use it. But like, fuck it. What? The fucking Giles throwing a fucking, what's his name at me? A flame at me or fucking Dallas or whatever throwing stuff at me, and he'd be like, fuck that, I'm fine, I'll just jump over it, and then misjudge the jump and get fucking, you spark out or something. So I would never use, but these modern games, you've got to use block. Even on Spider-Man, I was playing it against Spider-Man 2 this week, you've got to use the circle button to dodge all the time because it warns you. It's a bit thing of the newer games, even on the hardest level.
Sense.
Yeah, the spider sense kicks in. It's pretty obvious you're about to get attacked or whatever because it goes red. But yeah, with this, it just feels like a computer. And with you, you knew pretty much how it was. I mean, man, he's still a wanker with the fucking homeless guy, though, Dave, at the end. But everything else plays out perfectly, doesn't it? Pretty much, anyway. I'm with you. I don't feel these are payoff. And also at the end of it, I'm sort of left thinking I'd had enough at 80 minutes, but it did feel as if I feel as if there should be another 20-minute run properly to finish the film. I never felt like the film finishes, in my eyes, correctly. It feels quite abrupt the way it ends. And maybe that's the idea behind it. It's like 3 short stories. What if? Sort of thing, but there was no real understanding why everything played out correctly at the end. I would have had that at the start and then played the other 2 off where they both get killed maybe at the end, just for something completely different, because it just, I don't know, I'm with you. I just didn't enjoy it. The 3rd act, I just didn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah. But like I say, plenty of people did, and maybe it's a timing thing as well if we'd have watched this before. And what I do appreciate is the fact they've done this, and it looks so gorgeous on such a small budget. I think it's quite 100%. A clever use of basically stretching that budget and making it look like a bigger movie than it really is. I mean, we've watched other things at low budget, and I can't wait, Chris, to find out what the Christmas choice will be. But yeah, this doesn't look like a low budget movie. You can sort of tell it is because it's quite a small cast and everything. But yeah, the way it looks it gives it that big budget production feel. So they've done well there.
Yeah, they have, to be fair. So shall we get into our scores, Dave?
Let's go.
So big thank you, Matt. I'm sorry about the tangents Dave took us off on today. I can only apologise for that. But no, it was a strange movie for me, this. Like, I can completely understand the praise. And I think if I'd watched it originally, being younger, I get it. I would probably get it more. There was a lot of movies around this time with the same sort of music, that it's heavy energy. It feels like, I suppose one of the more modern films would be the one with Jason Statham where he fucking got his heart rate up, sort of thing. What's it called?
Crank.
I know he's got to stay alive, but that energy of just the scenes just being so quick, and you're like going from one scenario. There's not many moments where you get to breathe. Now, this movie doesn't do that, but because it's a repeat and a repeat and a repeat, it just gets a little monotonous. And I just felt, as I said before, the music, like there's no real payoff, and it finishes abruptly. So I can completely understand, Matt, and please don't hate me, but I don't think it's terrible. I really don't. And I sat in one sitting and watched it. So I'm going to put it in Elm Street. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but I will never watch it again. And I completely get it. But maybe just 25, 26 years later, it's just a little too late for me, I think. So what about yourself, Dave?
Yeah, probably not that far off. But what I'm going to say is I feel like I need to watch this again So I think if I put it in Elm Street, which is where my gut is telling me it should go for the enjoyment factor, but it does have a hook in me. I am wanting to watch it again to sort of see what am I missing. And again, there's probably loads of little things maybe going off in the background, like the characters that she goes past who didn't really talk about her dad having his affair and stuff, and how that all plays out, and the interesting, weird, awkward conversations she has with the security guard. I feel like there's more that I haven't seen in it. So I think the fact that it's grabbed me in the gut a little bit there, even though, I've been quite down on it, I think the way it's shot, the high octane music, that driving, that feeling of pace in the movie as well. I'm going to rate it a bit higher. I'm going to put it in Hill Valley. I think it's right on the borderline, though, of Elm Street and Hill Valley. But I think because it's making me want to watch it again fairly soon, that's what's dragged it up a little bit for me.
Fair enough. Now, Dave, and thank you, Matt, again, mate. This is the one we've been waiting for.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Well, I've been waiting to
are you sure?
Out of my misery
for
months.
So this is the Christmas Day VHS special, and it's my pick. This will come out on Christmas Day. I have teased this. It may be an absolute, damp squib this. It could be an anti-climax, but I have been chuckling to myself about this one. So Christmas Day, let's pick a Christmas movie. What can we pick? And then suddenly, a few months ago, something just came across my
Christmas miracle.
It was unbelievable. It was, honestly. Please, sir. Right across the front of my fucking schnoz, I was like, oh my word, this is the movie. So, Dave, let me just give you a little bit of background of this movie. It's been described as a weakling of a comedy, working from an irredeemably bland screenplay. John Milowski directs with all the enthusiasm of someone who's going through the motions to pay off a debt. A deeply awful comedy. Believe me, it's even dumber than it sounds. It's rated 62 out of 100 as some of the worst movies ever. It's rated 43 out of 50 of the worst children's films ever. This was ranked the worst film behind Santa Claus Conquers the Martians and Star Wars Holiday Special. Right? It was. It is. Don't look.
Margins. I want to watch.
I don't know. Well, this sounds like that cheek thing you were saying. But anyway, so it's from 1964, that one. But however, Dave, it is the film debut of Mila Kunis, who actually says that I was too young to understand the importance of working with this person. I just thought that he was a big man. So, Dave, this movie is from 1996. It stars Ed Begley Jr., Don Stark, Robin Curtis, Mila Kunis, Kevin West, Garrett Morris, Ed Leslie, which I'll get to when we do the review.
Am I supposed to know these people?
But, Dave, but the main star is Mr. Terry Jean Bollea. This one is the 1996 Christmas movie Santa with Muscles. So let's get into the fucking trailer. That's all I'm going to say. Dave, I have been so excited.
Oh, my God. I was thinking it was Lauren Avedon.
No. I don't think it's a Christmas movie. I did look, Dave.
In the season of Santa, there are two kinds of people. The naughty and
it's Ron Howard's brother.
For the first elf that brings me Santa Claus.
Hulk Hogan is Blake Thorne, and he's definitely naughty. To make his getaway, he's going to make a mockery of the world's most beloved hero.
Do you have a minute?
I've never heard of this.
That's him.
But sometimes
It's rated
the
2
only way
out
you
of
can feel the spirit of Christmas
Where'd he go?
is to be hit over the head with it.
Santa!
But it's showtime.
Now, this confused bad boy is Santa, like you've never seen him before. A bearded basher of bad guys. A hero with a silly hat. A Robin Hood in red.
Who are those guys anyway?
Oh, they work for Mr. Frost.
He's been clearing out the whole neighborhood, and no one knows why.
And he's got 3 days to foil a band of evil scientists.
Assemble the team.
The trailer guy's got one of those silly voices.
about this. He'll kick your butt to New Year's.
Santa, you slay me.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hulk Hogan is Santa with an attitude.
Has he taken that one? What was that other one we
Santa
saw?
with some friends.
Salt on Devil's Island.
That's the one. Yeah.
How are we supposed to get over this?
And most of all, he's Santa with muscles.
They can't start Christmas without me. Can they?
There have been many Santas,
You're not Santa. You're Fed.
but there's only one named Hulk.
Well, all you had to do was knock.
Santa with muscles.
There's a new Santa in town, and I know if you've been naughty or nice.
I honestly did not see a single thing that was funny. That was like a physical comedy or a joke. Oh, this is going to be fucking hard work.
You know what he said? He said, he's trying to rip off, obviously, Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
Hogan's performance makes this is it. Arnold Schwarzenegger look like Laurence Olivier. Dave, honestly, I came across it. I put it in on Prime because for some reason all Hulk Hogan's movies are on Prime. You know, we did like Assault on Devil's Island, and I seen it. I did see it because of shit. I saw it months ago and I didn't think of anything. And then I was thinking, right, when you said it, I didn't know my pick was going to be Christmas Day, and I was like, oh, it's got to be that movie. It's got to be that movie. And then I've watched the trailer about 4 times and I'm like, this is fucking brilliant. Honestly, it is fucking brilliant. But apparently, it's been compared to William Shatner's performance in American Psycho 2, Dave. It's available on YouTube. That. No, I haven't. Maybe that's the reason. But yeah, it's in the Wrestling Hall of Fame WrestleCrap website as the worst fucking wrestling movie with a wrestler associated. I can't wait, honestly. I cannot wait.
I'll leave it for next week, but I did watch all that McMahon documentary.
Yep, I watched it myself.
I don't know how new there's. I don't think there was anything new, but it was still enjoyable to watch. But I mean, he is a fucking prick.
Oh, it's horrible. And if you've got Netflix, Dave, all of the WWE is moving there from the 1st of January. So all the old back catalogue. Oh. So, you know, there is some watch-alongs on YouTube. We may have to, get out the bag there. The old Wrestling Gold could be coming out of the bag. It'll all be available on Netflix. So there could be a few watch-alongs coming out of retirement.
Yeah, that would be good. It was good, that one we did with Max.
He had a good laugh with that. But anyway... Dave, I can feel the virtual punch coming down the line now.
Fucking clothesline. A leg drop, Chris.
Matt Bates just now threw his headphones off and everything. You fucking segued out of about 15 different things to Run Lola Run, and then you pull fucking Santa with muscle. I'm so sorry, Matt. I'll buy you a drink in Vegas next time we're there. But anyway, big thank you to everyone. If you want to email us, the vhsstrikesback@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media, @VHSStrikesBack. As always, if you do get a chance, please try and drop myself and Dave a review on the show. We do appreciate it. Maybe not after Santa with Muscles, but any of the other great movies that we reviewed. If you do support us, please go over to patreon.com/CD RealityCast. So the roll call of honor is... Big thank you to Gareth, Mike, Lee, Helen, Dylan, Dan, Justin, Susan, Timothy, Matt, Hales, Ken, Lucky Lulu Green, Herbs, Jacks, Matt, Blake, John Hammond, and Mr. Tony Farina. So thank you so much, everyone, for your support. I can't wait. That list may get smaller next week, Dave, but I cannot blame him after this move I've picked. But what I will say, Dave, you have a musical bit of class again to take us out, but next week's pick, I'm also bringing the music, my friend. So it is my music next week, and you don't know what that is either. So this is going to be glorious.
I can't wait. I can wait to get through the movie, but actually I'm looking forward to the chat. I just have to... It's like Bush took a challenge, Chris. I just have to get through eating that shit turd, and then we can have a good laugh about it next week.
I can't wait, honestly. I mean, the thing is, I said Run Lola Run needed another 20 minutes. This film has got another 20 minutes, and I'm probably thinking, I wish it was 80 minutes. There you go.
But Chris, for our little musical number, I experimented with a few things. It's funny you mentioned about the Nazis, and I was taking the piss about drawing that parallel, but I did play around. I was doing some like techno German stuff with some allo references in there, but I ended up throwing those away and I went with something different. So I've done a little bit of ambient and trance sort of stuff before, but I thought because the movie is such a high pace, but there are some quieter moments when they're just having a chat. So her and Manny are having a chat in bed and just, about life and stuff and what had happened. So I was sort of channeling that kind of feel. So almost imagine the end credits as you're kind of taking a breath after you've just been through this high octane adventure. And now you're just chilling out. And I've stripped all the lyrics right back. So this is all about just that feel and chilling out. So here we go.
I like this, Dave.
It's good, isn't it? It's a bit Massive Attack-y like as well.
Yeah. Especially after how adrenaline filled that movie is.
Yeah. It even fit a Bond movie, this one.
Yes. Yeah, well, actually, yeah. Very Massive Attack.
Yeah. I wasn't joking when I said I stripped the lyrics back.
No. No, but it feels like something from around this era, doesn't it? Like if you're walking out the cinema, if you'd watched this film.
Yeah, definitely.
Good one, this.
I like when the bass drops out and then comes back in.
Yeah. Nice, Dave.
Yeah, it's very cool, isn't it? And I will, like say, sometimes when I do these things, I do have other projects or the threads that I follow, and then I decide, no, I'm just going to put that one in the bin. But I will, and obviously I never normally share them, but I thought to give you a window into where my mind was originally going down, I'll share this one as well. It's just a 30-second clip. So this is when I was thinking about more of that high octane stuff, more industrial metal. So, did you catch those lyrics?
No.
What the Is he fallen Madonna? Is the big boobies?
Oh, the big boobies! I thought he had Madonna. I was like, what?
Play that again. Hold on.
Yeah, Madonna. I didn't hear Madonna. That's not Madonna. Good morning.
I ended up going down a rabbit hole and looking at old clips of a Lower Low on YouTube. It was amazing, but
fucking brilliant.
I decided not to go down that route. But anyway, Chris, it's been a tremendous amount of fun, and I think we broke our record for the amount of tangents this week as well. But thank you very much, sir. Thanks to Matt for picking Run Lola Run. Thanks to all our listeners. Thanks to all our supporters, and we'll speak to you next time.
Bye.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Maybe we could build a fire, sing a couple of songs, huh? Why don't we try that?
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
I'll be back. That's not.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Wax on, wax off. One ring to go. All right. Ding, ding. Bust you up. Go for it. Well, here we go. Ain't so bad. Ain't so bad. Ain't so bad. Come on. Ain't so bad. Ain't nothing. Come on. You must be crazy or something. I'm crazy. You just a stupid fool. Maybe you crazy or something. I ain't breathing heavy. He's a fool. He's stupid. I've seen you in 6 months. I must break you.
Right, anyway, Dave, shall we get to the trailer?
Greg Wallace. Let's go.
It's the women of a certain age. But anyway, carry on, Dave.
That's fucking brilliant. That fucking PR, response was on the level of fucking Prince Andrew, wasn't it?
Fucking brilliant. I don't sweat. Oh, what's wrong with her? I only slapped her ass. Fucking, what's wrong with it? Fucking woke. Yeah, fucking hell. He has lost it completely. And he's doubling down on it. He's like, someone said he walked on set with no clothes on at one point.
And
just
a sock.
walked in. And a sock. I mean, fucking hell. I don't know whether it was a Sports Direct Don-Eye one or it was a fucking football sock.
Sock.
Yeah, something like that. Mr. Snuffleupagus out of fucking Sesame Street. But he bizarre character. And everywhere you turn, people. I love Rod Stewart's thing. I told you about that dinner. Fucking Rod Stewart. And he called him Greg with a G. Fucking brilliant.
I mean, he was already in shit corner for about a year because he was saying about how he plays he spends less time with his autistic son than he does gaming.
Yeah, it's fucking. I give an hour to my autistic son, but it's that thing. The Greg with a G. If anyone's not seen it online, is fucking.
Love it.
It's wrong, but it's like what an utter narcissical wanker. Someone basically asked him to promote or donate to a charity for cancer. In it, cycling.
Yeah.
Would you donate? And he called him Greg with a G, and fucking Greg Wallace just put underneath. It's basically Greg with 2 G's. Never good luck. I'll sponsor you. And the guy just went, you fucking basically like an utter thunder cunt or something like that. It's fucking brilliant.
I could see it now. It was something like, It's all right, Greg. It's only people with cancer, but you worry about that extra fucking G. Hashtag master twat.
That's it, master twat. And then when Rod Stewart's had a go at him over the way he treated his wife, Penny, he's called him Greg with one G on purpose.
Yeah.
I fucking love the pettiness of it, Dave. It's fucking brilliant. And I'm sat there, never meeting these people, going, oh, this is popcorn worthy. This is fucking brilliant. I love it.
Get them on, Big Brother. Anyway, I should probably start with the synopsis.